Hi everyone, Chris from Chris London Online. Today I'm talking about how I doubled my sales from paid ads with just a single click. Now I'm going to take you back a few years to around March 2017 when I launched an online course business. And that course business was doing okay. So we were building slowly. We did £270, I think, in the first month, and then £600 in the second month, and so on. And we got to around June or July time, and we were probably doing around £1,500, okay, in turnover per month. Now, the thing with that course is, previously, for those who don't know, I used to be a driving instructor. So I wrote an online course based around driving theory, and I was marketing it to people who would buy the course, obviously. So I was running Facebook ads. It was my first steps into Facebook ads. I ran a few for my driving school business, but predominantly this was me testing what works and what doesn't work. And that's one of our biggest selling points now, is the fact that we've been there and done that. But what I want to talk to you about is, I presumed I knew who my target audience was. So I thought, when I launched the course, I thought, okay, we're going to run some Facebook ads, and the majority of people that sit in the learner car and give or have driving lessons are 17 to 24-year-olds. So that's how I targeted my ads. I targeted it to 17 to 24-year-olds. And like I said, sales had grew nicely. I was quite happy that we were up at £1,500. It was a bit of a side business, so that was ticking along nicely. But I went in and checked the analytics. This was around June time, and I had a look at some of the stats inside the page, so the insights, the analytics, and also inside the ads manager. And one thing that I noticed was actually the 17 to 24-year-olds were very rarely the people who actually bought the course. The people who had bought the course, and again, we put some stuff inside the course as well to ask people when they bought the course, you know, who are you, which part of the country are you from, and so we asked some information questions like that. And it actually worked out that the majority of people that were buying the course were females 25 to 34. Now, they weren't the typical people who were having driving lessons. It was a younger demographic, but they were the people who were buying the driving theory course. So went into Facebook ads, edited the target audience, so just went in and changed it from 25 to 34 to, from 17 to 24 to females 25 to 34, and saved it. That next month, we did £3,000 worth of sales from exactly the same ads budget. No changes to the copy, no changes to the wording or the picture or anything else. It was just that little flick from 17 to 24-year-olds to 25 to 34-year-old females. And shows the importance. You can double your sales with a single click if you just know what you're clicking. Okay. So one thing I always say is, never presume that you know what's working. Never presume that you know your audience. Always look at the data. The data will never lie. Sometimes we can get, like I say, I could sit there and say, well, 17 to 24-year-olds was the age range that we're getting in the car and having driving lessons. I knew that, but they weren't the same as the people who were buying the theory course. 17 to 24-year-olds were just off going and buying a cheap app at £1 to £2, not a theory course at £25 to £30. It was the females 25 to 34 who were struggling with the theory and needed that extra support. So, like I say, never presume. And also, one of the things is that just because that's your target audience at one point, doesn't mean that that's your target audience 6 months or a year down the line. So it's really important that we keep checking that analytical data, checking those insights. Whether you're running paid ads or whether you're running organic, it's so important just to keep checking that data. And again, it comes down to everything you should be checking, but people only check those analytics once and then run it for the rest of the time. It doesn't work like that. You have to check those analytics. Just because you looked at the times of day and 7 p.m. was the best time to post a year ago, is 7 p.m. still the best time to post? Why not try some different times and see if that time has changed? Because you could be missing out on organic reach, but also paid ads, and ultimately missing out on sales as well. So my message for today is, don't presume that you know. Check the data And if it needs changing, change it, because you could be missing out, like I was, on an extra £1,500. And that business then continued to grow till it was turning over around £12,000 a month. But would we have been able to get to that position if we hadn't have looked at that analytics and then made those decisions based off of it? So my thing for you this week and today is to go and check your analytics and find the real data of the real people who are engaging with your content, enjoying your content, and then think to yourself, am I writing specifically for them? Am I targeting my message directly to them? And if you're not, try writing something or targeting something to that demographic and see how it changes. You don't even have to take away any of your ads budget. You could always just put a little bit extra on and see how that changes it. Okay, does it have an effect? Because you'll ultimately never know unless you try. So go away, give it a try. And as always, if you need any help or support with any of that, or you want some advice and support, please do get in touch with us at chrislondononline.co.uk, or you can message us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, wherever, whichever platform you want to use. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again very soon.